to see the screen? Okay, we'll start the class now. Based on the discussion we had yesterday, I would like to start the study of random process. We have already discussed what is random process. To make the understanding still better, let us. I'm planning to take some different set of examples today. And of course, once we are done with the understanding of this random process, the detailed meaning of random process, and so when we are comfortably able to compare random value with random process, or try to relate. After that, we will try to look at various parameters like mean. We have correlation. We will see again in correlation we have cross correlation and autocorrelation. And also we have stationary and White's and stationary process. Okay? So we'll start our discussion now. Let me know if you are not able to see the screen. Okay. So are you all able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in the random process, basically we will we discussed. I mean, we discussed a basic diagram that will first tell how the random process can be a function or a process which transforms sample points into numbers that we already know. Now again, I have to start with the sample space because it will help you to relate sample points with random process. So let me take the same example that every time we take. Let us take a simple example with some samples. Now this is a sample space. I can contain an event which has flipping a coin twice or thrice, whatever. Now, if I assume that this is my sample space, if I have HH, HT, TH, and TT. Okay, now these are the different sample points in my sample space. Now, how did we define a random variable? We know that random variable is a function of sample points. Now, if I just call this as first sample point, this as a second sample point, and this as third sample point, and this is a fourth sample point. Okay, now the value, you can just reply what is the value of this. If the random variable of my interest is counting the number of tails. Now x of S1 will result in 0. Okay, the random value for sample point S1 is equal to 0. Now similarly for x of S2, the random variable is, what is S2? According to this, we have decided, S2 is equal to H and T. So this will be 1. Now x of S3 is equal to again 1. X of sample point S4 is equal to 2. Okay, now how did we write? Now this can be written as, now the value that the random variable can take was written by small letter x. Okay, this is what the notation we used. X is a random variable. The value that the random variable can take is small x. Now, how do I'll just plot it. It is just my idea to represent you in this way because we deal with representation. This may not be very neat because I'm very new to using these tools. I just want to make the concept clear. It may not be attractive. Now, what we have is, let us consider in the y-axis what I have. This is the random variable which is pertaining to the sample point S1. Now, when I flip a coin twice, okay, now assume that at a time t is equal to 0. Now present time I flip a coin twice and I get all the sample points. These sample points are fixed for any event, that will not change. But assume that the value that each sample point, now the value that HH can take is 0. If it varies with respect to time. If the value that the random variable takes is different for different time. Say for example, right now it is taking 0. Okay, the value at 0 is equal to 0. At time t is equal to 0. Assume that there are some processes for the same sample point, I'm telling for the same sample point, HH. The random variable value can be different. I'd say for example, at time t is equal to t1, the value can be 1 if there is a sum process. It may not be possible with flipping a coin because it is constant throughout. It is independent of time. when all these sample points values are, or the random values are constant throughout, you do it anytime or at any interval in a given time t. If it is unchanged, then we call it as random variable. I mean, just a random variable. Now assume that at t is equal to 0, we are dealing with some process. Again, it has the same values 0, 1, 1, 2. It may not be this. It may not be flipping a coin. There is some event which is changing with the time. Okay, assume that now we are just dealing with the sample point S1. The value that is taken by your random variable is 0 here at time t is equal to 0. The value that your random variable takes is 1. Okay, at t is equal to 1. The value that your random variable takes is 2 at time t is equal to 2. You just see here the same sample point at different time, the value taken by the sample point is 0, 1, 2, not only 0. Now this C is called as random process, or the combination of multiple random such processes is called as random process. Now it is not only a function of a sample point. Now how did we write? When I write just capital X, this is a random variable. Meaning of this is what? This is a random variable which is a function of sample points. I just denoted S as a sample point. You can denote it by any other standard notation. Now, okay, fine. This is a random variable definition. Now, how do we define random process then? How do we define random process? Now, assume that now it's better, what I feel is it's better to take an example which will help you later. Now, if I just look at any communication example, I hope this is clear. This part is clear. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. We can have a discussion on this. Okay. Okay. If it is clear, then we'll just go ahead. Now let us take an example of communication block. Okay, in the communication process, we come across this random process, various types of random processes in communication. Now we know that if we just broadly, in very broad way, we know that the basic components in our communication system is transmitter and receiver and a channel. These are just, of course, we have so many at the transmitter itself. Before our data goes to channel, we have so many subcomponents here. Okay? That is not required right now. We have source encoder, channel encoder, we have modulator. Of course, we have same set of processes that are taking place at the receiver. Now assume that at the transmitter wants to send some set of messages. Let us call that message by M, and this message M is consisting of multiple blocks. Now maybe you will understand why block concept is there in communication, because if I have say 1000 bytes of data, just for an example, all 1000 bytes will not be sent as a single chunk, single message. Now if you just look at the stack or communication model, layering model, your message block, entire message block M is divided into small blocks. Either we call them as frame, packets, or whatever. Okay, these are now message blocks which are present at our transmitter. These are to be sent to destination receiver R of X. Now how is this process related to random process? We will try to relate it. Now in our case, the event is, this is the event. In this event, what we have multiple samples, M1, M2 and Mn. These are our sample points. Okay, so this is how we discuss the concept of random processing communication. Now, so now how do we, let us assume that this is just our sample point M1. M1 is our sample point. Okay, now how can I represent my M1? M1 can be represented as M1 can be represented as a random process. Okay, it can be just represented as a random process. Now what I will do is, I'll just consider, let x of t, see, I will just now write it as x of t, comma, maybe just for your understanding. It is a function of t and time t as well as a function of first sample point. This is the meaning of random process actually. Okay, let x of t is equal to x of t comma m1 be the data that is present at the transmitter. This is to be transmitted. This is just a first message block m1, first sample point. Similarly, what we have x of t, this is a function of t, and we are dealing with message point 2. This is again second data or message block 2. Now like this, we have x of the function of t and third message block or my third sample present at the transmitter. So this is x of t comma, we assume that we have some n samples at the transmitter. Okay, now together, what I will take an example, or maybe before we go ahead, let us try to represent this here. Now, how do I represent it? Now, let us. Okay. So let's take this one. Now, as I told you, what is this? Now, in y-axis, this is a random process, which is a function of time for the sample point m1. Okay, y-axis represents that, and x-axis is time. Now, if my first message block, the value of your first sample point is 0 at time t is equal to 0, and it takes some value this at, I mean, maybe it is a discrete or continuous, that is a separate discussion. Let us assume it is a continuous random variable, and I'm just having the discussion at some particular points. Now, again at time t is equal to 1, this is a value. Okay, again at time t is equal to 2, this is a value. Time t is equal to 3, this is a value. Okay. Now again, it just goes on. Assume that this is my message block 1, and this is a equation that is related to your first sample point. I may have another second sample point. How can I write it? This is a random process that is a function of time for sample point 2, second sample point in my sample space. And similarly, what we have is we have the third sample, third message block. The y-axis here represents x of t, function of t for third block or third sample point. I may have or your random process may take this form. I hope you understood what is the meaning of each signal here, or each message block, or each sample point, which is a function of time. Okay, I hope you are able to relate your random variable with random process now by this example. If there is any doubt, please let me know. We can have a discussion. Okay, so this is the same time t exists t. Now assume that we are interested to find out the value of this function at some fixed interval. Let us say that fixed interval is say t1 and t2. This is a fixed interval in the entire process. It can be from 0 to t, or it can be any duration. This is my duration here. I just call this as t1. I just call this as t2. Maybe you can answer this question now. Now, what will be this point now? Say, for example, this point I'm interested to note. What is this point now? This is x of, I'm interested to know this value at time t1, x of t1 for the message sample point m1. And what about this point? Okay. A value that your random variable take at this point, this is x of t2 for message block m1, right? So similarly, we can write it for at this point, what is the value? This is x of t1 for message block m2. Similarly, this is the x of t2 for message block m2. I mean, this is our second sample, and we are interested to find out the value at a particular point in our time axis. This is the random process at time t1 for message block m3. Okay, this is similarly for x of t2 for message block m3. Maybe you can try to relate the ensemble that we discussed in the previous case and try to relate these individual random processes. Now, as I told you, random process can be a process which deals with again a single sample point here, but generally it is a combination of all these. Okay. So now I think this is now clear. This is the representation of the message block which is present at the transmitter side. Now, if I represent this message block which is present at transmitter by x of t, comma m, where m is what? M is m. I mean, it's the collection of all the sample points which is represented by this equation. I mean, these diagrams. X of t, comma m. If it is transmitter, it's the data block which is transmitted at the transmitter. Now assume that at the channel adds some random noise. And random noise is again a random process, which is again a function of time, and it has its own sample space. It has, say, for example, if I just say z is the sample space, it has Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 sample points, like what we discussed for M1, M2, M3, M4, which is random. Now, the combination of this will be received at the receiver. This is equal to received data, received message. Again, it is a function of time. It will have its own sample points, which is a combination of these two. I mean, what combination is that? It may not be actual addition. You will see what is that. Again, it has got its own sample points, which is a function of time again. If I just denote that by, say, for example, anything, I'll just denote it as E or whatever. E is again sample points, sample space, which has E1, E2, E3, E4. I think this is clear now. So, why I have taken this example here is because this is a common example that we deal with in communication blocks. This is also called as stochastic process. Random process is also called as stochastic process. Okay. So, I think now you are able to understand the concept of random process. Okay. Now, by having this basic understanding, basic knowledge, now let us move to the next concept. Next concept is again under the same heading. There are some parameters to be discussed. The first one is mean. Okay, and we have something called as correlation function here. We have correlation. We have covariance. Okay, and we will discuss PDF, cumulative distribution function, PDF, and so on under the same heading. Before I start with this one, you can just answer this question. If I have a random variable x, which is again a function of t and function of some sample point s, but what I want to do is sample point is constant. It is not dependent on time. Okay, now this process, of course, it is a random process now, but it is dependent on time according to this equation. If I make this time t is equal to non-variable parameter, if I assume t is constant, what this can be equated to? Now we discussed random variable to random process by adding t. Now I want to remove t. What it will be? Given this is independent of time, now this can be equated to just, sorry? Okay, it can be just equated to x of s, or it is just a random variable x. Okay, and this is one thing. And this random process, in the further discussion, I may directly write it as x of t. It is understood that x of t is equal to x of t comma sample space. Okay, the meaning of writing x of t and x of t comma its sample space is the same. Both are same. Okay, so let us come to this now. Yeah, now before we discuss the mean of random process, now in the previous discussion when we wanted to find out the mean of random variable x, or it is also called as expectation of random variable x. How did we write? We write it as minus infinity to plus infinity. Value that your random variable, see this is a case when we have continuous random variable. If we have a discrete random variable, we have summation. Okay, I will write it. We have summation small p and px of xi, pxi of x. Okay. Now here expectation of x is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x into the PDF that this random variable can take, fx of x dx. This is the equation for mean. Okay. Now here, if we are dealing with the equation for a random process, now what is that? Mu x of t. This is equal to expectation of x of t. This is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Now I have to write something here. Maybe you can tell me what is this. Now what I have is again f x of t of x dx. Maybe you can just have a look at all the equations for mean that we discussed. when I want to write the equation for random variable x, it is x into the PDF of random variable. When we wrote the equation for function of a single random variable g of x, if I want to find out the function of a single random variable g of x, how did we write the mean? This is expectation of g of x. Now that is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Sorry, minus infinity to plus infinity. What is that? G of x. And again, the function that this is a PDF of the random variable, this part. And again, when we want to find out the mu of a function which is a function of random variable x comma y, how did we write it? This is expectation of g of x comma y. This is equal to what? Minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, g of x comma y and the PDF that is associated with xy of x comma y dx dy. This is how we wrote, if you remember. Now the same, based on all these understanding now, if you want to write the equation for the mean or expectation of the random process, this will be random process. Okay, now what we have is, we just to call it as x now. When we write it in equation, maybe this is a random process and this is a PDF associated with the random variable. This is the equation for mean. Okay, I think this is clear. If there is any doubt, let me know. We will discuss on mean. You can just have a look at all the previous equations for the mean. How did we define? Based on that, you can just try to write. If you just remember one equation for mean, you can write the equation for function of single random variable, multiple random variable, even for the function of random process. Okay. The next one is, we have something called as correlation. Okay, so the next heading is correlation. Okay, so again in correlation, we have two main categories here. One is autocorrelation and the other one is cross correlation. Okay, what is autocorrelation? In autocorrelation, now say for example, we have one random process x of t. Okay, there is a random process x of t, and there is another, there is the same random process x of t, but we are taking this after some time, this time shift. Okay, now what we are trying to do here is, we have taken a random process at time is equal to t, and also what we have done is, we have taken the same random process at time t is equal to t plus tau. Okay, few textbook refer it as either x of t comma x of t plus 2 or x of t comma x of s. This is a standard notation where s is equal to t plus tau. Now what we will follow is, we will follow this notation. Okay, now let us to define the autocorrelation function. What is actually autocorrelation function? Autocorrelation function actually defines now how much a signal is similar to a time shifted version of the version of itself. Now, say for example, if I know what is, say, let us take an example. If I know that x of t is represented something like this. Okay. Now I am interested to find out the behavior of my random process between 0 to t. Now, if I want to just consider this random process after a time shift of tau, x of t plus tau. Now, maybe now this is 0 now, there is a time shift tau. If I want to start from tau and I just want to know what is the behavior of my signal, it may be something like this. The same signal at time t is equal to t and at time t is equal to t plus tau. Now, how exactly these two waveforms are, how exactly they are similar, how much they are similar. Now, this function will tell us how this random process x of t is similar to the time shifted version of itself. That is the meaning. That is called as autocorrelation. Auto is with itself, with x itself after some time shift. And what is cross correlation? In cross correlation, we have we check the similarity between the two random variables x of t and y of t. But what we do there, we try to find out the similarity between x of t and y of t plus 2. Now here we try to find out the similarity between x of t and x of t plus 2. Okay, So that is autocorrelation and this is cross correlation. Now, how do we, the notation for representing autocorrelation is R xx of t. Now, this is a function which relates the time difference t and t plus tau. The autocorrelation function is represented by the correlation between the same random variable x and x, or this is also represented as we are dealing with only single random variable, one random variable Rx of the random variable which is considered at time t and t plus tau. Both are same. Okay, this is how we represent our autocorrelation. Now, how do we represent cross correlation? Cross correlation is the correlation between two random variables x and y, x at time t and y at time t plus tau. Okay, this is how we represent cross correlation. So I think the autocorrelation and cross correlation function is clear. Now, autocorrelation function defines how much a signal is similar to the time shifted version of the same signal itself. That is the autocorrelation function. Okay. And now autocorrelation and cross correlation will be discussed again in detail by taking some example. Now, before we go to that, there is another concept called as covariance. Okay, this is autocovariance. We call it as autocovariance. Again, we deal with autocovariance. Again, we deal with the same single random variable. Now, how do we denote it? We denote it by C, covariance between the two random variables. Okay, and this is equal to covariance of x of t and x of t plus tau. Okay, now covariance can be represented in terms of expectation. Okay, we have done that when we discussed bivariate random variable. Now, the equation for covariance, there is a possibility that covariance can be represented in terms of expectation. We try to represent everything, autocovariance, correlation, cross correlation, everything in terms of mean. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the equation for covariance in terms of expectation? I think by now you should have understood bivariate. In single random variable, we don't have these concepts because the comparison of these two random variable comes when we have more than one random variable that we discussed in bivariate random variables. You know, if anybody has, if you have any answer, you can have a discussion. You can just tell me answer. Covariance can be represented in terms of expectation. Okay, covariance of x of t is expectation of x of t minus mu x of t. Okay, and similarly, x of t plus tau, this is the expectation of x of t plus tau minus mu x of t plus tau. This is a multiplication. What we have is expectation of x of t minus mu x of t. Now, expectation of x of t plus tau or covariance of x of t plus tau can be represented as expectation of x of t plus tau minus expectation of mu x of t plus tau. Okay, so if we assume they are independent, we can take this expectation inside, or what you can do is we can solve it later. You can just multiply these two terms. If you just take expectation inside, now x of t into x of t plus tau is one term, x of t minus mu x of t plus tau is one term, mu x and this is one term, and plus mu x of t into mu x of t plus tau is one term. Okay, now by definition what we have is expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau is, what is that? Expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau is the autocorrelation between the random variable x at time t and t plus tau. This is x of t comma t plus tau. Okay. And please try to write all the remaining terms. It is just the multiplication, and you just have to write the meaning. And if any terms are cancelling out, you can just cancel them, or if you can represent them in terms of another parameter, you can do that. And if we assume stationary and independent random process, then we can still further reduce it. If you assume it is a stationary and independent random process, finally what we can do is Rx of t comma t plus tau, okay, minus mu x of t and mu x of t plus tau. This is what we get. After you just have to multiply them. Okay, I think these two steps you can do. These two steps you can do. Please do that, and this is what we get after we solve them. Any doubts? Why the entire class is so silent today? Okay, let's take an example then. All of you take down an example. You solve it. I will also be parallelly solving it. This example is based on the discussion that we had today in our class. Based on the equations that we have discussed, we have an equation for mean, equation for autocorrelation, equation for autocovariance. Based on this, let us take an example. All of you please write down this example. This is an example here. Yeah. The example says that a random process x of t is equal to k cos omega t. This is a random process where t is greater than or equal to 0 and w is a constant value. And k is a random variable which is uniformly distributed between 0 and 2. K is uniformly distributed between 0 and 2. Find, first one is expectation of x of t, second one is autocorrelation of x of t, third one is covariance function of x of t. Please write down. Write down and try to apply the equations that we have solved, and I will also solve it after some time. Okay, the first question is expectation of x of t. Expectation of x of t is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Random process. I told you in the equation for mean, x represent random process. When we are calculating the mean for random process, x represent random process. Random process into the PDF function of the random variable k here. Minus infinity to plus infinity, random process, and PDF of random variable. What will be the PDF of random variable? Quickly tell me what will be the PDF of random variable. Now the random variable is k here. In the equation it is given, in the problem it is given k is your random variable and it is uniformly distributed between 0 and 2. For uniform distribution, we have learned that in the special distributions, when your random variable is uniformly distributed, what is our PDF? What is a PDF? Kavya, what is a PDF when a random variable is uniformly distributed? Okay, this will be, we know that when we have a uniform distributed random variable, if it is, in our case, it is distributed from, I think 0 to 2. The distribution is from 0 to 2. Yeah, 0 to 2. Now this is a random variable k and it is uniformly distributed between 0 to 2. This is how it, if it is uniform distribution, this is fk of k, this is a function. PDF. So how does how did we write that? Fk of k can be written as 1 divided by b minus a according to the normal, according to the uniform distribution. So this will be equal to yeah, it's correct. 1 divided by b minus a. Fine. So 1 divided by b minus a will be equal to 1 upon b is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay. Okay. Now let us make use of this PDF and we will try to solve the equation for mean. So the first one is to solve the equation for mean mu x of t. This is equal to expectation of x of t. Okay, parallel you solve it. You solve it along with me. Minus infinity to plus infinity. Now what is the equation of your random process? This is k into cos omega t, right? Yeah, k into cos omega t. K into cos omega t. And it should be integrated with respect to what? K. Now this should be from 0 to 2 k cos omega t dk. Okay, now tell me what is the answer for this. We are note down here, we are different integrating with respect to k. Oh, sorry, there's something is missing here. I mean, this there is a small mistake. This is our given random process, and we have to write this also, right? Fk of k. This is required, and what is the value of that? It is equal to half. That is what we got previously. 1 divided by v minus a. Yeah, now we can solve. As we are integrating this with respect to k, we will take cos omega t, will act as constant now. We have divided by 2, this divided by 2, and integration of k is k square upon 2. Okay, and this is from 0 to 2. So cos omega t, let me know if I am going wrong somewhere. Okay, so this is 4 minus 0 divided by yeah, this, yeah, 4 minus 0 divided by 4 by 4 cos omega t. So this is the equation, this is the answer for mean. Is this okay? Is this clear? Okay. Now, what about second one? What is the second question? In the second question, what we have is we have autocorrelation function of x of t, right? Okay, write the equation for autocorrelation function. Autocorrelation function is r of x of t comma t plus tau. Okay. This is equal to expectation of x of t and x of t plus tau. Now, if they are independent, what we can do is we can write it as expectation of x of t into expectation of x of t plus tau. Okay. Okay, what is the next step? Can you solve it? Instead of x of t, you substitute it as k into cos omega t, k into cos omega t, and here again k into cos omega t plus tau. This is the equation. Now this is expectation of k square into cos omega t into cos omega t plus tau. By definition, what is expectation of something? Expectation of the entire thing. Now, this is a constant. We know that expectation of some constant k into, we saw this expectation of some constant k into, if we are interested in finding out the expectation of random variable x, then what we wrote? K into expectation of x. This is a constant in this example. In this example, this is a constant. K is a constant. But here in our example, k is our random variable and cos omega t plus tau is the constant. This can be taken out. Now what we can do is expectation of k square, and you can write the entire thing as it is. And find out, we know that the equation for expectation of anything x is minus infinity to plus infinity, k square into its PDF. Okay, so you can just write cos omega t here, cos omega t plus tau, then minus infinity to plus infinity, or you write 0, 0 to 2 because that is a range. 0 to 2, what I have to write here? K square, and we have calculated that is 1 upon 2 ak. Okay, so you keep as it is and you just simplify this one, do the integration and let me know what is the answer. Just solve this case integration of k square and this part can be, you can just message or you can just tell me, I will write it. This will become the autocorrelation function. Okay, the next one is you have to find out covariance also. Okay, tell me this answer, then we will start the third one, that is the covariance. Expectation of x of t into x of t minus mu x of t t plus tau minus mu x of t plus tau. First you finish this part. So this can be straight away written as Rx of t comma t plus tau minus mu x of t mu x of t plus tau. You can write it like this. Okay, if you just simplify this one, even previously I did not simplify that. You please simplify that and you will get this equation. You can use this equation for solving the problems. What is the value here? I got 4 by 3. This is equal to 4.3. Okay, and this is what we calculated here. This is what we calculated, the autocorrelation. You can directly substitute 4 upon 3 cos omega t into cos omega t plus tau minus what is mu x of t. Mu x of t is, I think we calculated it, cos omega t. Mu x of t is cos omega t. This is cos omega t. And what is mu x of t plus tau? This is cos omega t plus tau. Okay, so you can simplify this. You simplify this. Now you have cos A cos B minus again cos A cos B. Cos omega t into cos omega t plus tau. We have 4 by 3 here. Okay, this is equal to, I think, 1 by 2 cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, or there is some formula for this. Apply the formula for cos A cos B. See, 1 by 2 cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Please check that. Apply that here and try to solve it here. You will apply cos A cos B formula here. Is it 1 upon 3 cos A t cos omega s? You can check it later. 1 upon 3 cos omega t into omega t plus tau. Or you can just represent this as omega s t plus tau is equal to omega s. Okay. So there is another question on cross correlation. We will discuss cross correlation later. If there is any doubt here, we can discuss it for 5 minutes.